Thanks for checking in, everybody. Once again, it's Wednesday night, and we're going to continue to hone in on this storm threat for Saturday. And again, the biggest theme I want to get through tonight, guys, is we really have to be careful here of where this mixing is going to occur, because I can tell you I am very confident now that this is definitely all going to be mixing. I do not think the GFS model, which is out to sea, is anywhere close to the right idea of what's going to happen. I'm buying right now the European model and shifting it maybe a tad to the east, but that's about it. So we got to focus on what the thermals are going to look like for this area and who's going to see plain rain, who's going to see mostly a mix, meaning not much accumulations, and who actually gets into the accumulating snow. My biggest concern is that this pink would potentially have to come out a little bit like this, but I'm not changing it yet. I'm keeping this in accumulating snow, not putting out accumulations until tomorrow. I'll take a first stab at that first thing in the morning. But let's get right into it, guys, and see what's going on. First thing I want to start off with here is you can see the storm system coming into onto the water vapor imagery here. This is going to ride along the jet stream and come right up the coast. Now, I talked about this last night, but a big important component to all this is the upper level energy. This is at 18,000 feet in the atmosphere. Here's our big storm. This shows spin in the atmosphere. And this little wave here coming in is actually going to help steer this storm up the coast and prevent it from going out to sea. I think the GFS is pushing us out to sea too quickly, and it's not processing what's going on in the upper atmosphere clearly. But today's model of illustration is going to be Canadian. The reason why is because it's the closest to my ideas. Now, I don't think the Canadian's a great model by any means, but again, of the runs today, I can't show you really European because of restrictions, and the Canadian, I think, sums up the rain-snow line pretty well. So as we enter early Saturday morning, snow breaks out in many areas, so it definitely starts to snow. Okay, by the time we get to, say, later in the morning, so 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, you're going to notice that we're going to see some freezing rain and sleet, guys. It's going to work its way into the area. That is inevitable right now. The reason being, I talked about it last night, is because we do not have a high-pressure area to the north, so it's very stale, cold air. So what happens is you have this storm spin counterclockwise. It's able to push up warm air aloft into the region, okay? So think of this cold air as being very weak, so the storm throws the cold air around a lot, where if you had a high-pressure center, it will put up a fight. It's just simply not going to put up a fight here. So basically, we're going to have a situation where a lot of areas can change over to sleet and even maybe freezing rain or plain rain in South Jersey sometime later on Saturday morning. So keep that in mind. In any event, whether you're in the pink or even the green, towards the end of the storm, snow should return to some areas. But keep in mind, I think this is a really good illustration of what I think is going to happen, guys. I really like what this looks like. You can see that band of ice that I have in my map, which is showing on the model here. See the rain. You can see up here in New England, and as we head up into Maine, it's all snow. So right now, you want to be in North Jersey. More to the west, the better. You want to be in central Connecticut. You want to be in Massachusetts. You want to be in Maine. But another thing I want to point out here is there's going to be a very sharp cutoff in precipitation. So I bet the difference between getting, say, let's just be conservative, say 6 inches of snow and 2 inches of snow could be a difference of 20 miles. So keep that in mind. You really want to be, I don't have a marker here, but you really want to be within this axis right, I'll actually draw up the Maine. So you want to be in this axis right here to have a shot at this storm. I don't think interior New York or Pennsylvania gets a lot out of this. So the storm moves through, and I think the storm's over, guys, by early Saturday night. So this is an early Saturday morning to early Saturday night storm. It's a 6-hour period of intense precipitation. Whether that's rain or snow remains to be seen. But again, this is my forecast. I'm sticking with it. I like what I have. I made this last night, and we'll see if we have to move these colors around tomorrow morning. But for now, this is what to expect. Snow lovers out there, if you live in Central Jersey, I'm sorry. I just don't think this is your storm. If you're down here in New York City, I'm sorry. You're going to get more ice and maybe even some rain. Some snow will mix in, though. But anywhere outside of the coast and I-95 north and west, so this corridor right here, I'm drawing with my finger to the north and west, I think has a good shot at accumulating snows. And again, I mentioned this morning, this band represents at least 6 inches plus. And I'll put in more detailed accumulations tomorrow, first thing in the morning, probably around 7 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for checking in, guys. Those are my thoughts for now. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this evolve. And hopefully it's just the beginning, because we might have another potential storm early next week.